Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. I'll give you my financial opinion in this sell everything event that we just went through. We've got higher 10-year yields. They went up quite a bit. We're breaking to the upside for the 10-year yield. Dollars higher. And weirdly enough, crude actually ended up for the day. That is weird. I think this is the root of the problem. Right here, energy. So we've got crude behind me. It finished up a little bit, basically a flat day, 120 bucks and 90 cents roughly. And I think we've got a problem in energy. It's quite obvious that this is not pulling back, even in a sell everything event. Natural gas sold off a little bit. It's still within the pattern. We'll see what happens here. I am remaining strong on energy. I think energy is the problem that needs to be solved. It is what's driving up the price of everything. Increasing interest rates is just, it's telling us that people are rotating out of bonds. They're probably going to have to go through the dollar first, and then it's going to rotate into something else. I think energy is one of those things that it's going to rotate into, and commodities. XOP, yeah, you know me, going lower. Would I have guessed this day here? No, I would not have guessed this day today. We had 3 small down days. That's usually a precursor to a move higher, but that is a statistical probability, and we gapped lower in the morning today. Looking at SM Energy, down 4.69. I almost feel like I won having it only go down that amount. But again, we're above this support area. The support area I'm talking about is this guy right in here. We're above that, and we could do a back test, retest. It's possible that support line's at like $43-ish, but that is a possibility. CDEV getting a little bit of selling pressure in the short term. It's got a nice big hammer candlestick right on the support line. We'll see if that holds. Crude Energy selling off a little bit. Well, basically everything sold off. You weren't safe anywhere. CPE getting the nice, good bullish candlestick there, the hammer candlestick. If I were to extend that up, that's what it looks like. Athabasca, basically a win today. It was actually up. I don't know how this is up in the sell everything event. Must be uber strong. Recaf putting in a nice big wick at the bottom here. Got some scared people to capitulate out of this thing. We'll see if this is a bottom or not. It's a nice big hammer pattern. Looking at CPG, another one that sold off. Again, it's had a pretty big run here, but again, it's not as bad as some of the other sectors. Northern Oil and Gas getting sold off. GTE. There's no real change in the chart patterns in a lot of these. This hit its head on that resistance and pulled back. Tellurian selling off a little bit. We're still above that support line. Still looks good. Pedevco. We're still squeezing on up with some selling pressure today. Oasis getting sold off with a big hammer pattern. Again, we'll see if this is just a return move to that breakout, and then maybe we're off to the races at some point. Again, CRK getting a little bit of sell-off today. SD getting hit hard. Again, I'm not doing anything for my shares, guys. Just holding on. Ring Energy right at support. We tapped that support line today. Surge Energy selling off a little bit. Tamarack pulling on back. Nothing really to say here, guys. We're above all the patterns. The patterns are still holding. Everything looks okay. Vermilion Energy still looks good. We're just pulling back. Meg Energy. Come on, Meg. Meg selling off. Buyers coming back into it. Again, long term, though, it doesn't look bad. We're still looking fantastic. OIH, Energy Service Companies. Short term, getting a lot of selling pressure the past 3 days. Would I be selling? No, I'm not going to sell anything, guys. Not giving you my shares. TTI selling off. These are all bouncing off this, bouncing off resistance levels, bouncing back. Again, it's a sell everything event. The past 3 days have been pretty rough for most people. Pump getting sold off. Hammer pattern. EXTN selling off back to the support line. Valaris selling off, kind of breaking down. MRM getting a little bit of sell-off. TDW selling off today. That's that big bearish engulfing candlestick here. That usually means you could see a bearish move out of it. The gold and silver companies are the opposite. They all have bullish engulfings, a lot of them. NEX, next year, Oilfield Solutions. Again, sell off right at that resistance support line. Clixy getting sold off a little bit. Again, it's got a little hammer pattern. We'll see what happens next. CHX back within the pattern. Cactus Energy back within the pattern or below that support resistance line. 9 getting a little bit of a sell-off today. This guy is ultra volatile. OII, another one that's selling off above the support area still. Noble Energy selling off a little bit, basically above support. Helix Energy Solutions selling off a little bit. CGGYYYY selling off, hitting its head on that resistance line. That resistance line is this line going across there. Smaller down days here still looks bullish to me. Petrofac moving sideways. Pretty much a win. And then Diamond Offshore selling off today. There it is. But overall, guys, I'm still holding on to my shares. I'm not really doing anything. Does it feel good with the large down day today? Obviously not. But, you know, I look at it from a positive perspective. It gives us cheaper shares to buy if that's what you're looking for. Again, I'm an investor. I'm not a trader. And if you feel like you can't handle these moves, you have to develop yourself. You just take it. You're like, whatever. The way that I view it and the way that I take it is I'm taking it because I look at it as like I can buy cheaper shares. That's the way that I benefit. So I look like I benefit if it falls. I benefit if it goes up. It feels good making lots of money. It feels good buying cheap shares so you can make even more money later on. So if you believe in the thesis, not necessarily the thesis of liquidity driven and all that. I'm talking more like commodities are going to be in a shortage and that there's an energy crisis ahead of us. If you think that's the case and that we have not solved the problems in energy, then this is a buying opportunity. I think that's the case. I think that we have a problem in energy and inflation. If that is the case, this will be one of the sectors that will save your BUTT because most everything else is going to suffer. So I'm mainly hiding out in energy. Energy is also the most volatile. So you have to be an experienced or an emotionally stable investor because it's going to throw you around. The volatility is quite big in energy. And what I do is I just ride it. I ride it. I don't look at the accounts. On days like this, you just let it sit, let it fester. I'm going to have to go in there at some point if I want to buy again. But I'll let it come on down to me, and hopefully we get some good buying points that are easily recognizable with candlesticks like big bullish engulfings, hammer patterns, and all sorts. Could this pull back further? It very well could. The S&P 500 looks like CARP. Doesn't look good. The 10-year yield is rocketing higher. That is the 10-year yield and the correlation to oil are quite strong. And I think oil will continue higher, and I think the 10-year yields will continue higher with it. People are selling bonds. They're rotating money. And it goes into the dollar first because they got to sell something, rotate it to something, and then they're going to buy something else later on. So I think we're going through that transition period. And right now, since I got really good entry points, I'm not selling my stuff. I'm just going to continue to buy when the entry points are good and the stocks are down. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website, Platinum membership below. If you guys want to support me and want to learn about investing and becoming an emotional brick, an emotional brick, emotionless brick, maybe. I don't know, whatever it is. But we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.